Okay guys, so last time I did a Keyakizaka46, who are the best members, aka who are the favorite members of mine. And this time things are a little bit different because as you can see, this is the kanji video. You can go ahead and see the hiragana video in the link below, or you can actually go to my channel and check it out. But this time we're gonna do kanji, and since pretty much management has separated hiragana and kanji, I thought I would separate the videos. So you can go ahead and check out the hiragana video and keep on checking the rest of this kanji video. So let's go ahead and start. This is thanks to akbsort.tumblr.com. You can go ahead and check it out in the link below, and I'll be able to essentially sort out who my favorite members in kanji are. Now, in general Keyakizaka, my oshimen is in hiragana Keyakizaka being Sasaki Kumi. That was the general one before they decided to separate them. But I don't really have one for kanji. I'm thinking the closest one is Nettle, but I feel like there might be some other members coming up in my rankings. I haven't decided who my oshimen in kanji is. Hopefully this will help me out, so you guys will be able to go through that journey with me to see who is my favorite kanji member. So let's go ahead and go to the Keyakizaka section and pick kanji. So first up is Moria Akana versus Hirata Yudina. Now these two members are very unique. I feel like a lot of people would pick Hirata for this one, but I think for this one I'm actually going to pick Akana for this one just because she's a little bit more, maybe there's more presence of her in other stuff other than the singles. Next up we have Suzumoto versus Nanako. For this one, I think my heart just says Nanako. Girl is super awesome, and I think a lot of the choices will be towards her. I feel like she's definitely top 10 material, you know, out of 21, but still. Next up we have Kobayashi Yui versus Saito Fuyuka. I feel like last time Saito was kind of high up there for me, but I think nowadays Yui is much stronger. Then we have Rika versus Risa, the classic Watanabe mashup. For this one, my heart goes to Risa. Akana versus Nanami. Now Nanami has a very unique character, but I feel like Akana is really high up there in my list, so I will pick her. Then we have Habu versus Aoi. Habu is pretty high up there, as you guys saw in the last video I did, and I think she still is pretty high up there for me. She has a very unique character in terms of she isn't so social, but she tries her best, which I really appreciate. We have Nanako versus Nettle. Now this one's kind of hard, but I think Nettle is definitely top 3 material for me, so I will go ahead and pick her. I think out of these two, I feel Sugai-sama's presence a little bit more than I do with Manaka. Next we have Yui versus Shiori. Now, I might be a little bit biased towards Shiori, so I'm going to pick her. Oranana versus Koica. Oh, Koica is so cute though. Oranana, Koica. Oranana is super funny. I think I'm gonna pick Koica for this one, even though the first month that KM Message came out, I was subscribed to Oranana, but I think because of the recent stuff that Koica's been in, I feel like I'm gonna pick her. Next we have Yui versus Uemura. Uemura's pretty strong, but I think Zumi is like top 5 material for me. Nijika versus Uemura. I think I'm going to... Honestly, Ishimori has not been that strong to me recently. I feel like back then she was a little bit stronger, so I think I'm gonna go with Uemura for this one. Akana versus Risa. We have a magazine model versus someone who I want to get a photo book. I think I just explained it myself. It's probably Akana. Techi versus Risa. I feel like Risa has much more attention outside of being in Keyakizaka, but Techi's super strong. Ooh, I should go with... I think I'm leaning towards Risa just a little bit more. Rika versus Techi. I think this one has to go with Techi. I'm not a fan of the quietness of Rika. I wish she was a little bit more loud, or a little bit more talkative, I'll say, in some other stuff. Just like for this one, Nanami with Rika, I feel like Nanami has a much more stronger character that I connect with more. And Nanako versus Habu. I might go with Nanako for this one just because she's so strong in her personality. Shiori versus Yuka. Now this one's a little bit harder. I feel like Shiori's been really strong recently on Hyakute Kakanai, and Yuka's always been strong. Oh, I'm sorry, Sugai-sama's always been strong. But my heart goes towards Shiori. I feel like she's higher up in my list. Shira Manaka versus Kobayashi Yui. I feel like Manaka's a little bit stronger in variety game, and I usually tend to go a little bit more towards how strong they are in variety or in other stuff other than the group, like a combination of everything. So I think I'm gonna pick Manaka for this one. Uemura versus Koica. I think I'm gonna go with Uemura just because she's so dang cute. Oranana versus Uemura. Ooh. Uemura. Gut is saying Oranana on this one just because of the comedy level. Ooh, then we have Nettle versus Akana. This is where it's hard because these two are probably top 3 for me. Let's see. Let's try to make it easier for me. In a handshake meeting, who would I want to see more? Ooh, I'd want to see both of them. Nettle knows a little bit more English, but I feel like that isn't a factor as much as it should be. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Oh man, this one's kind of hard to decide. Who would I want to see in a variety show? I'd want to see both of them. Is this going to be a draw? I think this might be a draw. Let's go ahead and go with the draw. I hate doing draws because that really affects the outcome at the end, but I think for that one it was really necessary. Now, Nanako versus Risa. I still feel like Nanako is just a little bit stronger in variety, I think. Like being on camera, I feel like she really knows what she's doing a little bit more. Like when she did karaoke, that part really sticks out to me. This one, I don't want this to be another draw. But I think, no. Who would I want to see in the handshake? I feel like I'd want to see Habu just a tad bit more at a handshake meeting, so I'm going to pick her. Suzumon versus Nanami. For this one, it has to be... My eyes are going a little bit towards Nanami a little bit more. I feel like I feel her personality a little bit stronger than I do with Suzumon. Aoi versus Rika. Let's see. Just because everybody bullies Aoi, I think I might pick her. That's probably a bad reason to pick it, but I think I've seen more of her because of that. Ooh, then we have Zumi versus Shiori. I really like both of them. I am subscribed to Shiori on KM Message, so I think I have to pick her. Zumi versus Sugai. I think I'm going to pick Zumi for this one. Alright, Oranana versus Manaka. I feel like Oranana is a little bit more deliberative with her comedy, even though both of them are funny characters, so I'm going to pick Oranana. And for this one, I think I have to pick Yuipon for this one. Yeah, I think I want to see her more at a handshake meeting than I would with Ozeki. Again, Saito used to be a little bit higher for me, but I think I haven't seen her much recently. But then I haven't seen much of Uemura recently either. Maybe because of that little hiatus she took, but I think maybe Uemura. I'm going with Uemura. Alright, here's a hard one because I'm subscribed to both of these members on KM Message. So let's go ahead and check out to see who do I pick. Oh man, this one's a hard one. Should I go draw on this one? Because I honestly cannot decide. At a handshake, I honestly want to see both of them. Shiori has been really strong Keyakizaka46, but I feel like Nettle's been strong in her photobook game. Both I like seeing on TV. Does this have to be another tie? I think this has to be another tie. Alright, we're 80% of the way. Even though there's only 21 members, it's still taking this long. And the two buddies, of course, we have Habu and Sugai-sama. And I think I'm leaning towards a little bit more towards Sugai-sama, so I'll pick that. Again, trusting my guts here. Koica versus Habu. Ooh, here we go. Here's a hard one. I think I'm going with... My eyes are leaning towards Koica a little bit more, so I will pick her. Risa, here we go. We got Zakur or Mona Risa. Out of these two, I think I lean a little bit towards Risa, just a tiny bit more. 90% of the way, we're almost done, guys. For this one, Ozeki or Nanami? Ozeki's kind of weird personality is kind of going away, and that's what really appealed me towards her. I mean, she still is weird, but not as weird as like the Ozeki run or anything. And Nanami is just a weirdo because of how she doesn't like other people's stuff touching hers. So I feel like using that argument, I think I'm gonna pick Ozeki for this one. So we got Trumpet Girl and we got Germ Girl. Instinct is telling me go with Nanami, so I'll go with Nanami. For Suzumon, Suzumon's character doesn't really stand out a whole bunch in my opinion. Just for me, maybe she just doesn't, I don't connect with it a lot, so I think I'll pick Uemura for this one. Suzumon would be like the ideal wife, as they say in Keyakizaka46. I think I'm gonna pick Saito. I don't know why. My brain is telling me pick Saito for some reason, so I'm gonna listen to my brain. 5% more until we're done. We got Ishimori versus Suzumon. For this one, I feel like Ishimori's character has not really been shown a lot recently. So I think I'm gonna pick Suzumon for this one. Aoi, I feel like she stands out a little bit more, like I said before, because they bully her a little. So I think she stands out a little bit more, and I feel like she's getting better as she's growing older, so I think she does have a little bit more potential if she keeps on going towards that process. We got Rika versus Ishimori. Dude, just for Aoko, I'm gonna pick Rika, even though that's kind of old already. Alright, there we go. That's the end of the rankings. Let's go ahead and see what the results are. If you guys have your own results, let me know your top 5 down in the comments below. And in fact, let me see the comparison from last time to this time, just to see if anything has changed, of course. So, number 1, of course, I knew this was going to be probably a tie. But tied for number 1 is Sato Shiori, Nagahama Nettle, and Moria Akane. Those were my top 3. And I guess this time it didn't help either to see who my favorite was. And that's honestly not a big surprise. I knew these 3 were high up there for me. I'll take a look later and see how they compare to last time's results. But next up we have Zoomin at number 4. At number 5 we have Nanako. Number 6 we have Sugai-sama. Number 7 we have Koica. Number 8 we have Oranana. At number 9 we have Habu Mizuho. And number 10 we have Watanabe Risa. So those are my top 10 members. Let's go ahead and see who is at the bottom. So bottom 3 are Harada Aoi, Watanabe Rika, and Ishimori Nijika. Didn't think Ishimori would be that low, honestly. But I guess she is that low here. I feel like Rika got higher up in my score last time. So let's go ahead and look at those scores from last time. So apparently last time, number 1 was a lot of ties. If I go through this, it looks like number 1, Ozeki Rika, Oranana, Sugai-sama, Hirata Yudina, Moria Akane, Nagahama Nettle were tied for number 1. So as we see this time, it has really dwindled to 3. And Sato Shiori is actually up there with the rest of them. So that's a definite higher up number. And I think that also helped dwindle down the numbers, and it seems like Moria Akane and Nagahama Nettle are actually pretty strong in my opinion. Number 7 was Habu Mizuho, who is now my number 9. So that's pretty interesting to see that she lowered just a little bit more. I think with the addition of Sato Shiori and with Koica, I feel like that dropped her down 2 spots. Number 8 was Watanabe Risa, who is now my number 10, again dropped 2 spots. I'll skip the 2 Hiragana members and go to the next one with the Saito Fuyuka. And Saito Fuyuka in this one, she is, she's pretty low. She's 17 now. So that difference, I guess a lot of members moved up and she just stayed in the same position, really. And next up was Ishimori, who is now last place. So it's really interesting to see how much she has dropped. That's how much of, I guess, the other members have done well, and I really haven't noticed her as much as I did before, I guess. I don't know exactly what would be the reason for that, but she's dropped quite a significant number compared to my Nogizaka video. That's the most drop I've seen. So again, let me know in the comments down below who your top 5 members are. And I just want to see how they've changed from last time, or if this is your first time watching this video and haven't seen the last time, then you can go ahead and leave your comments to see who is your top 5. Again, Link for this website will be down below. You can go ahead and do this and let me know who your top 5 members are. You can go ahead and share this video, subscribe to the channel to know when the hiragana version comes out. And as I say every single week, thank you all for watching.